Hello everybody. Today I've been decorating a purse that I received from a company by the name of Wiskf quite some time ago now. They're a little straw purse with gold accents. There is a chain inside that you can attach. The reason I got them was purely for storage purposes. I thought they were very pretty. They're, like I said, made out of a straw fabric. So quite delicate, and I've been using the beautiful laces that I received from Lavish Laces, and I just thought we'd decorate this one together, and I'll show you how I did it. So to start with, I used this beautiful lace here. It's a lovely wide lace. It was a little bit lighter, but I just dipped it in a little bit of tea to darken it, so it didn't blend too much with the actual purse itself. I wanted a little bit of contrast there, so I've gathered that up by hand and I've glued it onto the part around the top of the purse. I'm only decorating one side. After I did that, then I attached this lovely little trim here. And once again, this one is white. I left it white so that it would stand out a little bit. I went over the top of that with this beautiful little, I think it's 2mm rhinestone trim, and this particular one is from BB Craft. I glued a little bit of that on there, and then I used part of a lovely wedding applique from Lavish Laces. I've used this beautiful, beautiful vintage lace tied in a bow. And then I've made a flower from this beautiful, I think that's all I've got left of that one. This beautiful piece here. It's lovely. And I made a flower. I did trim it down to about, well, you can see actually, I trimmed it down to there, so it's only that wide so that the flower wasn't too big, and I glued that on also. And then I've just attached this beautiful centerpiece here, which was sent to me by Annie, who is Miss Garden Grove 1 on YouTube. So, and I just love the way it's turned out, and it's not hard to do, and I thought I'll do the other one. I'll put the camera on and we can do that one together. So this one is a darker color, and so I'll be using slightly different tones. Once again, I've popped some paper inside. They have been folded for a while, so I'm trying to get their shape back, and hopefully that will work. And by the time I put things in them as well, they'll pop back into their correct shape. Now with this one, I thought I would use some of this beautiful lace here as a contrast on the darker color. Isn't that pretty? And this particular lace is this wide one, and I've just cut it down the center. It's really lovely. It's a very wide lace, quite delicate to, it's really delicate to feel. So, and I've got the other half of it there, so I can use that for something else. And then all I'm going to do, and I've kind of gone 1, 2, 3. That's how I've measured how much I will need. You could do 2.5 to 3 times the amount. That's usually the general kind of measurement you would take for gathering something up, and it's a nice full gather. Okay, so you decide which is the right and wrong side, and this is, see how it's got like little fuzzy pulls on that side? That's the wrong side, so that is the right side. So I need some thread over here. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to just fold the end over like that. Can you see how much I've folded it? Like the width of my finger, you could say. I've folded it over that much, and then coming from the back, I'm just going to start it off. I might just take a little stitch, to be honest, first, just because the net might, you know, it might pull through quite easy. And then I'm just going to do my running stitch. I'm going to take it down a little bit further than what I had it actually. I want a little ruffled top on it, I think. So see how far I've come down to do my running stitch, and I'm going to do that all the way along. Okay, so I've just finished gathering it all the way along, and I'm bringing the purse, and I just want to kind of, if I get a pen, and pin it there, just to hold it in place, then I can pull this to the right length, and I want it that long. Actually, just a little bit longer to give me a little bit of maneuvering room. So I'll unpin that now. And I'm just going to tie it off to that length. Then I can readjust the gathers. Okay, so now I just readjust them, make them look the way I want them to look. And then with my glue, and I'm using craft glue, Helmar's craft glue, which will hold sufficiently for this. It's only fabric on top of raffia. I'm not gluing it to the metal, I'm gluing it to the fabric. So I'm just going to put a bead of glue, sort of starting just around that corner there, and taking it across the top. And if you prefer to use hot glue, you can. I don't have a hot glue gun. It died on me because I think lack of use. So I don't have one anymore. I have never had much success with hot glue guns, unfortunately. I would like to, but they either don't work properly, or they just don't last, or I forget to use them and then they probably seize up or something. Right, I'm just going to put that corner on. Where is it? There it is. Put that over there, like that. And then now that both corners are on, I can play around a little bit before the glue dries and adjust my ruffles, my gathers. Now with this one, I think I will put the decoration on the opposite side. And so what I need is, I want a little bit of a flat area, but not too flat. I still want that ruffled look underneath, but not too thick. So as I go, I'll just press that down, and it just pops up over the top of the gold. And once you've got it where you think it will look good, open it up and give it a bit of a press, like that. that. Okay, this one's a little bit, that one's a little bit softer drape than this one, but that's quite all right. And the reason I folded the edge of the lace over was so that when it was on here, see how it curls under, so you don't really see the edge of the lace at all. I can just maneuver that over a little bit more, I think. Okay, we'll see how this looks. I have the other part of the applique here that I used on this one, and I kind of want it, I know it's tempting to put it right up the top, but I want it draping down a little bit like that so that there's room for a flower as well. So I want it kind of like that, I think. Yeah, that might work a bit better. Bit of manipulation. And if you do find it too puffy, you could always, like where the flowers are, you could always just pop a little bit of glue under it to keep it calm. But that probably will relax a little bit as time goes by. But where I'm putting this, I'm just, see how I've just spread that out a little bit and flattened it down a little bit. I think that's what I will do. Like that. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue there, just to keep that part down a little, like that. Okay, now before I put the applique piece on, I want to put a little trim across the top. This was the one I used on the first bag. It's really, really pretty. I'm going to use, or try, this one on this one. See how it's slightly different shade? I thought that might look pretty. Oh, with this one, I noticed it's not just an embroidered thread. It actually has like a cotton or a gauzy background to it, which I found quite interesting. Okay, let's untangle ourselves a little bit here. So I'm going to put some of this on. So once again, finding the right and wrong side. That's the right side, so I'll just, probably won't see the corner that much there, so I can take it from there across. I'll take it to there. Lovely little trim. Making sure we've still got the right side up there. Okay. Okay. I think I'm just going to cut that little bit off the end and another one off there. Okay, so now what I do is make sure that's all where I want it. It just needs a little bit in there. And see if we can get this glued across the top there. And what I'm going to do is put the glue on here for that. Might be easier. Okay, and then starting from one end, we'll take it from here, just lining it up. And trying to get all the ruffles out of the way. I've got glue on my finger. Like that. Try and get the glue off your fingers. I don't want fingerprints all over the metal. And then just bend it down at the end there, and then go back and press it down, trying to keep fairly straight line. And I'm just being guided by the base of the metal. There we go, tuck it in at the end there like that. Okay, same there. Okay, now that's done, I want to add some of this lovely rhinestone trim. I'm just going to add it directly over the top of that lace. So I'm just measuring how much I will need. About there. To there. Okay. Getting my 2-hole scissors that cut just about everything and cutting that. Now with this one, I'm going to put the glue onto the lace. So to start with, I'm just going to clean the top of the nozzle so it gives a nice, you know, bead, hopefully. We don't want to make a mess or anything. And being very careful. It dries clear anyway, and on lace you won't see it. It's not like a hot glue gun where you'll see. You might see. I'm just going along and adding a little dot every so often. A little bit on the mesh part there, but that's where the flower's going anyway, so that should be fine. And then the same sort of thing, I'm just going to line it up here, hold it, and making sure all my rhinestones are facing the right way. Give it a slight pat. Like that. And then come back and make sure it's all nice and straight. That's it. Just adds that lovely little bit of sparkle. and then I'm going to put this, and as I said before, I'm going to hang it down just a little bit further. Not right up there, but you know, down there, because there'll be a flower there, and it might as well have the applique piece showing. But I've glued that a little bit. I'm just going to glue it a little bit more here. And then perhaps here as well. It'd be better if I open it like that. And hopefully that will give me a better base to glue that. A little bit there as well. There. Okay, so I don't want to glue the whole thing. I'm just going to put some glue at the top of the applique because, you know, it's nice if things move a little bit. Go, and so kind of like that. That will be fine. Just rearrange ruffles a little bit. Now I just want to make a flower to go here. I tell you what, ruffles, you could fuss with them forever. Okay, I have this beautiful lace. Isn't it lovely? I thought that might make a lovely flower on this one. Because, you know, the purse is a little bit darker. So all I'm going to do is decide which way. I think we're going to have that as the right way. And I'm going to do a running stitch. And I've just, this is the piece I've got left of this. And let's just have a look how much is here. So that's about 12. Alright, about 20 inches. I probably won't need that much, but I don't want to cut it off until I see what it looks like. So again, getting a long piece of thread. Do I want it a bit longer than that? I don't really need it, but for ease I will. And a double strand again, just so it doesn't snap. So, and I don't want a flat flower. I want it just slightly over gathered like I have that one. Just adds a little bit more dimension. Okay, so and because it's lace, you know, you've kind of got to do a knot on it. Although I knotted it, it would have been just as easy to make a knot on it. Okay, that's that. So now I'm just going to decide where I want the running stitch to be and go all the way along. Okay, I've just cut the last 8 inches off. This looks like it will be fine. I am putting the ends together like that. I'm going to pull it, but I don't want it pulled too tight in the center, otherwise the flower will end up a bit too small, I think. So once I've got it and it's got like a little hole in the center there, it should be fine. And then sew those ends together like that, and then I'm just going to sew it down here as well. Little stitch finish it off. I'm just doing a little back stitch on that. Just to close the ends. Always looks nice. Not always necessary, but depends what you're making, really. And there we have our little flower. Okay. And that, I can put the little seam towards the bottom there. And that will go like that. And then I have a lovely, a lovely centerpiece from Annie as well. And it's so pretty. I just about cried. How gorgeous is that? Just made up of all crystal beads. It's just beautiful. She's so talented. And so that is going to go there. I love it. I think it's so pretty. So pretty. So, although it doesn't have the gold in it like this one, I think that's quite all right. So I'm going to apply some glue to my flower first. And my seam, I'm putting the seam at the bottom because the dangles will cover that up. So that's going there. Just open it up and press it like that, because it doesn't, I could probably have more gathers to the side and to the top so that the dangles have a chance of laying, you know, quite nicely like that. So pretty. Could have moved the applique. Maybe I'll move the flower over just a bit more. That might be best. Like that. Yeah, okay. And then adding some glue to the back of this. Positioning that there. And now, because that's got a little bit of weight on it, I'm just going to find an old pin. I know I've got one here. That one. See how it's bent? And I'm just going to pin it in to hold that there until it's dried properly. I need to fiddle with that a little bit more. It's annoying me. Okay. And that is how I made that one. I put a tie on this one. I was going to put one on this one as well. Let's pop that on now, shall we? Do we need one? Might not need one because this dangle is much bigger. I don't think we're going to need one on that one, to be honest. I did want to try something though. I've got some beautiful beading here, a clear bead. I thought that was a golden bead. It's not a golden bead. Oh, that one is. Okay, I've got this one as well. I wonder if that will look pretty. These are quite old, but I'm just thinking a little bit of beading underneath. It might look very pretty. And just add a little bit. We've got that one. Oh, and there's another one, but I'm not sure if it's too gold. This one, yeah, it's a bit too orangey looking. Okay, this one might work. It's a bit stained up, but let's maybe I can find a piece that's not quite as stained up. I just want to add a little bit under here. You know, it doesn't matter if it's stained up. I might just cover the top of it, to be honest. And how about we start with this one? This one doesn't look as bad. There's only a little bit of this one too. This is just an afterthought. I hadn't even thought of doing this before. And a lady by the name of Rita sent me these beautiful, beautiful beaded trims. They're just so lovely, aren't they? I don't know how I'm going to do it though. I think that might be a little bit overdone. Maybe I could just put a little bit on this side like that. Just on that side there. That might work. That might work. Okay, so I only want about that much, I think. Find where your threads are, just right there, and place some glue along a couple of the threads, like that. I could probably do it on this side too, because I don't know. I think they've just taped it there, and I don't want it coming undone. See, there's the end. I will glue that as well, like that. And where did I glue it? I glued it there, and I'm going to just put a bit of glue on that side so that when that dries, I can cut it. No. Okay. I'm just going to cut that there like that. Which piece was I going to use? Maybe I can use this on both. Okay. Never really thought of that, did I? I just don't want the dirty bit. That one might not need any. That one might need the bigger one. I think I need to glue this end as well. Oh no, that's already glued. Okay. Alright, well, that can go on that one. And this one can go on here. Like. And what I'm going to do is just pin it to see what it looks like first. And see if I actually like it on there. So I'm just, see how I've gone like that, just on one side. I'm just pinning it like that. Like that, I do like it. I do like it. something about this gather here that is just not sitting well with me. Okay, that one. What is this one? I'm just trying to get the, like that. So like that. Yeah, I really do like that. And I need to use the things I've got. See, it's all right, it just sat there, but the idea is to use things, isn't it? And they don't used otherwise. I feel like I need something here. It's just because the background is so dark, I feel like it needs a little bit of something. I've got that. I think that came off the same applique, but that's not really big enough. I don't think. Is that more pleasing to the eye? See how it just drapes it down a little bit better? It's either that or there's another little piece in here I saw earlier. Here we go. That one. I could... This one doesn't have sequins and things, so I could just put a little applique sprig there. That looks quite pretty actually. If I just use this little bit here, leaving just a little bit of the net around it in places. Don't need to have it too precise. Let me have a look. Just like that. There. Just pinning it in to have a look. So it's like that. Maybe that's a bit too low. Maybe it needs to be a bit higher up there, like that. Like that. Perhaps the other one was better. This one, because it formed the curve, didn't it? I don't know. Like that. Yeah, I kind of like this, like that, but I will make one slight, I can use that on something, one slight change, and I will pop that there, I think. I will show you. Just pop the flower in there, so it's just looks like it's a little bit bigger than what it is, but it's not. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Like that. Okay. That's going to be a bit fiddly to glue, so I will glue that and then I will come back. Okay, so they're done. I've just popped the chains on to show you what they look like. That's the first one there. I think they turned out very pretty, and I've attached the chain. Like I said, I bought these little purses totally for storage. That's the purpose I bought them, and they've been waiting to be done, and when I received the laces from Jay Zeller from Lavish Laces. I thought they would be perfect to decorate these little bags with. And this is the other one. I did end up putting another piece of that applique just under there. I like the way that looks. So I'm very happy with how they've turned out. I'll let them dry completely, and then I'm going to put some things inside of it. Now, I do want to make a note. If I was selling these bags or giving them as a gift, I would definitely cover all this up because it is a pre-loved beaded trim. I would definitely make that look a lot prettier. But because they're for me and they're just my storage, I'm quite all right with just hiding them under that little bit of lace. But if you wanted to make something like this and give it as a gift or sell it, then by all means cover those sorts of things up just to give it a more professional finish. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I will put a link to Lavish Laces in the description box below. I think I'll also pop in a link to these little purses from Wiskf. I'm not quite sure if they still have them on the site or not. But I also use the other lovely storage bag from Wiskf for all my Lavish Laces as well, and I absolutely love that one. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and take care everybody, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.